If it looks like I blew through that stop sign, you're right. As I was saying before, here in Boise, for bicyclists, a stop sign, if no one is coming, can be considered a yield sign. I'm going to get out in traffic here. I've got two rear view mirrors, and I'm going to go through the campus a slightly different way. It is a cloudless sky here. Using a hand signal that you can't see. Off and on, I'm going to be talking about bike safety. I wanted to get by some areas today. There's another part of the Bronco Stadium. I actually think that one with the rounded top is where they do basketball. Not being a sports fan, I don't follow it. This is all partial parking. I wanted to get over to 8th Street again and into some of the areas that you can see from some of the downtown. Part of what I'm doing today, while I emphasize bike safety, one should always wear a helmet. And I've got a Class 3 helmet on, Class 3 compliant helmet, which is rated to be impact safety up to 28 miles an hour. That's the standard. That one-way do not enter for cars. As you can see, this is fine for bikes. But what I'm testing on this microphone is by Leetus. It's a Bluetooth wireless microphone. It goes to my recording device, my phone. And we have wind here often, and I had not used the windscreen over it, which is called a dead cat. I'm not quite sure why. But I've got the dead cat on it today, and I'm hoping that with this wind, that in the past couple of days, the wind was actually kind of distorting my voice, while the noise reduction software inside the microphone was trying to knock down the wind noise. So maybe this dead cat will help reduce some of the noise. I'm on the BSU campus. More housing going up. This is indeed considered part of the green belt. This is almost midpoint of the green belt in the city. It's great to have a city that has both nature trails, preserves for trees and water. I'm still in pedal assist number 2. I wanted to take a route that went by Boise up here. Part of these is just to let you know what my cityscape is like. It's kind of busy today here. It looks like people are going to the zoo, if I were to hazard a guess. I'm not sure. But you can see these trails are used quite frequently. Yeah, this is more activity out here this morning. This is a Saturday morning, the 8th of June. And I am going to take this way, thinking that this is going to deliver me to a path that will take me by the zoo entrance. Wow, super big pothole right there. These cars got here somehow. Man, this looks like a tour group. Everybody in the same green t-shirts. But I'm still testing this Leetus wireless microphone. Do not enter. Okay, I won't. Talk about the zoo. No bus access. I'm not in a bus. There's a paddleboard pond over here to my right. You can rent a paddleboard for a couple of dollars an hour. Wow, they are busy today. We've been here several times. The zoo is not without its problems, as zoos go. I think one of the better ones that I know about is the North Carolina Natural Habitat Zoo in Hashboro. I have been to that one when it was in its early part of its development. Natural habitat zoos are better for the animals. Wildlife conservation begins here. There's the entrance to Zoo Boise. And I'm going to go on through and get to 8th Street. It's either all bicycles or pedestrians. There's a statue of Abraham Lincoln. I'll get that some other day. But anyway, as I'm thinking about this microphone, it tends to clip a little bit if I talk too loud. I've got it attached to the visor of my helmet. It's pretty close to my mouth, just a few inches away. It's not fully protected from the wind, and that could be what's making a difference in the way that it's sensing the noise reduction. I noticed that it makes traffic street noise sound a little funny, which is fine because it's reducing it. But here where I was yesterday, back in front of the library with the exclamation point. Oh, I've got a green light. My goodness. If you hear that whining sound, that's me throttling. It's my electric motor. It makes less of that sound when I'm pedaling. Goldstein's 8th Street proper. We're not going to be going to the East and West Bakery today. They're closed on Tuesdays, which is why I had to go back. And we're in the business district now. To the left is the Esther Simplot Performing Arts Academy. Esther Simplot was, oh, more noise. I've discovered that it's better if I don't try to talk over that noise. Again, the entire lane here is a bike lane. People can drive on it. And we're in what we call BoDo, Boise downtown. And I think on the way back I'm going to go to a slightly different area called Jump, Jack's urban meetup place. Esther Simplot and Jack Simplot are married to each other. Jack Simplot, Jr., was the potato magnate that you've often associated with Idaho.
And they finished.
Well, just at a glance, this looks like a farmer's market day. That's what some people might call it. I'm not sure. It looks very crowded. So I'm going to avoid this morning and go back to the Jump campus. Jack's urban meetup place. Thank you. Nice wide green lane here for my bike. To my right is P.F. Chang's. To my left is the Solid Bar. They're open until 2 a.m. And I'm going to get up here onto the Jump campus where you see that big pride flag. No traffic. Thank you very much. And we'll get a look at the Jump campus. A little bit of it, anyway. That's funny. They've got this inflatable fire hydrant. Get it? Pets and their peeps. Apparently that's the exhibit right now. This is Jump, part of it. Programs, exhibits, community activities. It's quite a nice place. This is where the Dia de los Muertos activities take place. J.R. Simplot was known to have collected a lot of antique tractors. And instead of putting them into a stuffy museum, they decided to show them this way. This is actually a piece of playground equipment. And here is somebody climbing on it. She's almost to the top. I want to get in there someday and shoot it from the inside. There's a spiral sliding board. A little scene here with a piece of kinetic sculpture. Maybe if you can see it if I tilt it up briefly. This used to be a part of the depot, and they've got this little exhibit with luggage here. Going back out. I'm going to head back. Really, this was just kind of a brief test. I'm going to try to edit this down to 20 minutes. I will get in more of the Jack Urban's meetup place later. It's a really bright day. The lighting ratio is rather high. I prefer not to shoot on days that are quite this sunny. Safety. If you have to use the sidewalk, which I try to avoid, you have to obey those signals like every other pedestrian if you're on your bike. You can go through a stop sign if there's not any traffic coming, treat it like a yield sign, and you have to obey traffic lights just like any other vehicle. And I got the signal. To my right is, well, really all of this area right here is kind of an entertainment district. There's a place called Liquid Laughs. It's a comedy venue. And across the street from that is the knitting factory, one of the few knitting factories in the United States. There's one in Brooklyn. I think there's one in San Francisco. We have one. I think there's four. I think there's another one in Houston. And it is beginning to warm up a little bit. Morning.
Morning.
I could go to the right and show you the Anne Frank Memorial. I'll do that some other time. It's a wonderful memorial to Anne Frank. It has not been a stranger to different kinds of graffiti, unfortunately. We do have haters here. Something is going on here at Julie Davis Park today. I wonder what it is. It's too early for Arlen Park, but there is something happening here, definitely some activity, and I'm going to try to take it slow. I left, excuse me. Let's see. Something for the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. Undoubtedly some kind of fundraiser for cystic fibrosis. Kind of awareness fundraising event. On your left. And I've got a more direct path up this hill that goes up to the bridge, but it's a little bit blind. even if I get up, and I can't really tell if there's going to be traffic coming down it until I get right on it. So I want to go down just a little bit farther. Excuse me. Pardon me.
What?
I'm going to approach it from a more straight direction. You do have to watch out for pedestrians. People on foot do have the right of way. Let's remember that, bikers. That's another safety tip. I I keep a rear light flashing at all times. Sometimes even during the day, I have front flashers on. Use your bell, call out, ask for permission to pass, tell them where you're going. Gearing down to gear 2 while in pedal assist 2. And you can see why I want to take it this way. It's just, I get a little more inertia out of this part of the drive. And I'm going to call it a wrap right here. Talk to you later.